We're hiking up now to go work on our mountaintop tiny house. We're hoping to get the windows and some railings and maybe some rudimentary steps going to our second level today. We'll just see. I mean, you never really know. But hey, you miss every ball you don't swing at. So family,
yeah,
let's go swinging. Here's the pooper window. Hey, you know, if you want to vent out some smell, or I got something on my hand. You want to vent out some smell, or you know, if it's the summer, you're taking a hot shower, you want to cool off or something. Hey, you need a window in your bathroom. It's out of a camper. So far, I've had really good luck finding windows. I was able to get them on the cheap. Those bugs are so loud. Either way, we will roll with it. I got some super sweet stainless steel screws. They are awesome. Man, rock and roll. That's how you do it. You know, you just take you cut your hole for your window, like, you know, obviously you need. You frame it up correctly. If it's a big window, you want to do a double header with 2 jack studs under it. If it's a small window, you don't have to worry about that so much. Take your window. If it's one like this, they make all different types. This is called a flush mount window. All of our windows are. It's where you install the window and then you put your siding over it, and that hides the screws. So after you got your window picked out, your hole made, all you do is put a bunch of caulking along the flange and screw it in. Super duper simple.
Alright, I'm going to show you guys real quick. Josh has finally got the windows in, so I'm going to take you around and show it to you. Some of them don't open like these in here, but most of them already do, so we're going to crack them because it's really hot in here. Alright, let's go. That's the window for condensation. And this is just a nice big window. These don't open yet. We've got the kitchen window. We'll go up there in a minute. And our starting seedlings windows. Those come into here in the living room, which gives us lots of light. We've got another window right there. That one's already open. Alright, let's go up to the next level. Alright, we have got a lot of bees in here because the door has not been installed and they're just kind of flying in. So I'm going to try not to get stung and open these guys up. Barely a breeze. I'm going to clean them with some Castile soap. I'm going to end up getting a whole bunch of Castile soap and diluting it and using it for all of our natural cleaners. So a little bit later we'll get these guys looking better. And this is the kitchen window. This is the loft. Right now we're going to add in, I think Josh said one more window, maybe two. We've got those two windows right there. This is where Ivy is going to be sleeping. And then that is our easement window. Those do not open yet, but they will. So we have these bars right here, and we have a easement window in the loft on the top floor. Not exactly sure how this works. Yeah. No idea. But it does open eventually.
What are you doing?
How do you open this thing?
You pull the red handle.
And then what?
Then you push the whole window
To the side or up?
to the side.
It's not working.
Yeah, it is.
You're gonna have to show me.
Push harder.
Holy cow. Okay. Alright, so all you gotta do, take these handles and pull them all the way up, then roughly give it a push, and it opens all the way up for our easement window.
Yeah! Yeah, this was one of the things we kept from the camper. We didn't keep much. We kept the sink and we kept this. And we kept the stove, but I went ahead and bought like a much better stove. And I'm really glad. Yeah.
A cooking stove.
A cooking stove, yeah. What kind of other stove is it?
It's a wood stove.
It was a wood stove. All cameras do with wood stoves. Either way, I really like this. I kept it for a reason. I'm totally stoked. Safety, boys. Hey, I'm gonna get back to work. Alright, I'm going to try to work on the railing in between the kitchen and the living room. I'm just looking to see what measurement looks good to me. We have a bunch of 1x2s that we had used for a project at our old house. I gathered them up and carried them up the mountain. And we're just going to see. What you do when you're doing something like relative dimensioning is you only have a finite amount of boards. So you're going to choose your length, which I'm thinking is 2.5 feet. And then we will divide the amount of board feet that we have by that length. And that'll give us our number of pickets. And then once you have your number of pickets, you divide the length of what you're trying to put a railing on by that number, and you'll get your spacing. At some point, I want to have 4-inch spacing because that's what you're supposed to have. That's a really good size. But for right now, I'm just going to put up something. We can always fill in the gaps later. Alright, I forgot that we're going to have a 2-foot ladder going up, so the railing will be in the way of that. We don't need railing there, so we just need railing from here over, which is great. I mean, I did more work than I had to, but we'll have plenty. So we can put the railings 4 inches on center, and I'll just have to build this soon so that it's a complete wall here so my daughter can play in it. So anyway, we're just going from here to there. I went ahead and I marked the 4 inches on center, and you just take hey, nothing special to it. Take your board. There's a bug on my neck. It was a bee.
Oh my gosh.
You take your board and your angle here, and you put it where it needs to be because you want to make sure these are straight. It's going to be one of the first things people notice when they come in the house. So we're also going to stain these along with the floors and the studs. Just try to give it more of an interesting feel. Also, staining the floors will help because I have a 2-year-old and she's going to spill everything. So, either way, I'm just going to run through and do this, man. Alright, there you go. That is the railing on. It's less than 4-inch spacing, which is up to code. You know, I think technically it's also supposed to hold like 200 and something pounds. I think that that is possible. Once we completely have it done with the attachment here and the attachment there, I'll probably also come down with another runner right about here. I already have that one cut, so that will happen. Like I said, I just didn't have quite enough screws. But either way, there you go. You can see it. This is the railing, man. That way, my daughter can play up here and she won't fall over unless she's like really motivated, unless she like really wants that to happen. Hopefully that won't be the case. And I like it. It was free. I mean, I had to pay for it, I guess, a couple years ago, but at this moment, it was free. So I did not film the getting the angles part of the 2 runners for the steps because it's just trial and error. I marked on the floor where I wanted them to stop. I took note of the height, and I went over to the front door, and I measured and marked that height on the side of the door, and then that distance in the middle of the door. And just like we did for the braces under the house on the 4x4s, just kind of held it there and like traced it. It wasn't perfect. I had to hold it up and deduce like what angle was too sharp and whatnot. So there's better ways to do that. I'm sure on the internet you can find something. Now I'm just pre-syncing my screws, and then we'll take these 2 runners and set them up, put the boards in the middle and screw it together, and hopefully it'll at least have the semblance of being something able to be walked up. That's a super safe place to be. Alright, that's it. That's all the time we have for today. It was not super productive, but since we now know we have a little bit more time, we're not quite in as much of a rush to get here, then hey, days like today are just a nice hiatus for me to have my wife and have my daughter with me. And it's okay to spend a little bit of time chasing her, or sitting down for snacks, or the other things that I usually don't allow myself to do. They were both very helpful. Okay, well, this one was very helpful. This one just added lots and lots of humor. So I got the insulation. I did, you know, this. Really? So I did the insulation. I did the railing here and the steps. She did that. That was her job today. Your job? Yes. If you liked what you saw, hit the button. If you're new to the channel, hit the other button. If you want to help support us, there are links below. Until next time, here, Steve in the Woods.
In the woods?
Yes, it was.
In the woods.